Good morning, everyone. Alessandro Piovesan from the silo at the magnificent Hunt Hill Farm. You know, magnificent indeed. This place is so amazing. It is really, really cold outside right now, and I love it. I love it. Um, what you see here is a section of the great room. The great room is the great room, the big room in the 1836 barn. The 1836 barn was actually built in 1820, and it's two hay barns and a cow barn combined, total 7,200 square feet. Everything is original, the roof, the lines, the wood beams, and we have three kitchens here at the house. Two little ones like this, fully functional, and one normal one. Size is because Ruth was concerned about World War III happening, and as you know, she lost everything in World War II. And in case that happened again, they were thinking about potential income. So if I close two doors in this house, it becomes three independent homes. Yeah, with bedroom, kitchen, living room, bathroom. It's unbelievable. It's super awesome. And so here we have some of their, the book open with Sinatra and Skitch, some of Skitch commercials for Smirnoff vodka and some other things. It's really, really interesting. A lot of characteristics. So these are my boys here, and Bailey's, of course, is outside having her day. It makes me think of today's topic of starving failure. I don't know how many of you have heard General Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Guys, please, that is recording. It doesn't help very much. Wolf has its own personality. Wolf, please. General Sun Tzu is the one that created. Hey. The Art of War. General Sun Tzu created the art of war. And one of the teachings is basic, right? Feed success and starve failure. What does that mean? In the sense of a normal everyday life, is very simple. How many times do we get involved in many different projects or many different relationships and things that we're doing, we want to do, or we keep doing sometimes without even knowing why we keep doing it, right? We just do it. Starve failure and feed success. For example, you've been working on a project or several projects for a while. There are some working very well, and the one that you really like to work, it isn't. But it's the one that you really like, you really want that project to work. You must be able to analyze and see if the efforts that you're putting and the resources into that particular project is not taking away from a project that's actually succeeding and have an opportunity to be successful, and going beyond your desire to make that project work to really invest in something with the higher possibility of success. In theory is what we should have done and what we should do. We kill the failure, right, or the project that is not working no matter what you try to do, and invest those resources and time and skills and everything into the one that is actually working and might lead to opportunities to generate other projects that can also work. Same thing goes for relationships or for people that you're helping, that you're trying to help. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you want to help someone, you're trying to help someone, but this person does not want to be helped. You can't really help someone that don't want to help themselves. So at that point, you have people that wants to help themselves, they're eager for an opportunity to be helped, but we have those that we really want to help and we want to try the best we can to help them, but they don't want to help themselves. At that point, it makes more sense to starve failure and feed success, meaning putting all these resources, time, attention, so on and so forth, towards the person that wants to help themselves. Therefore, you maximize the possibilities of success when you are talking about the effort and the resources that are being put into a situation. Right? Very easy. Easy to say. Tremendously hard to do. It's hard to do because, we're dealing with our desire, our intentions, the things that we want, we really want, regardless of what might be the actual thing or situation that is going to work. Because again, life is so unpredictable that we don't really know what's going to happen next. But using those tools and small guidance here and there helps us figure out what to do. And sometimes we do need help, and most of the time, to get stuff done in the right way. But maybe our unwillingness to let go or realize that this thing that we're trying is actually failing, so we should relocate the resources to something with higher potential of working. Not easy at all. It applies for everything, right? For the way you are, the way you act, the things that you do, your behaviors, your beliefs. Sometimes we have to sit down and analyze everything that we do with ourselves and the things that we say and believe and do, because they might be, on the failure side, not necessarily good, that we should maybe get rid of and focus on, let's say, building the better version of ourselves to become the best person we can be, the best human being we can be, full of dreams and love and good things to spread around, towards building a better world for everybody, not just for you, right? Again, I'm only sharing ideas, thoughts, crazy stuff, and situations that happened in my own life, how I dealt with them and what the outcome was. If you believe it helps you or someone that may be in need of, some new approach, may not be that new, in life and living, feel free to share my videos. I appreciate that very much if you're honored. And let's interact. You can send messages, you can do all the stuff that you want to do, and I will try to, keep up with it. If you are feeling lost, away from yourself, either a darkness or a tremendous light shining on you, that is taking you away from your essence, from who you really are, come back home, come here, go inside of yourself, inside of your mind, sit there, analyze with yourself everything that you've been through in your life. Open all those buckets of reserved and past achievements and happiness and bad stuff and good stuff and yucky stuff. Open them up, smell them, take a look. Especially the ones that were so hard and so stinky that you thought, you know what, I'm never gonna make it. It's not for me. I'm not here, I'm not there, it ain't gonna happen. And here you are. You have the strength to make all those decisions. You have the power and the most important thing ever, your life. Because without it, there is not really anything you can do about it, or anything you can do at all. But the way you choose to live your life is what's going to determine if it's going to be great or not. Especially what you have in your mind and how you approach the things that are happening to you. One very important thing, in my point of view, is being able to determine and understand what is your own collaboration and contributions to the life that you are living today. Because everything is a result, right? It's a consequence. It's a result of things that have been happening and piling up in your life. Even when you're thrown into situations that you think it doesn't belong to you, right? When I was thrown on the streets at 13 years old, that didn't belong to me. But I had to own it and I have to live through. I complain a lot, of course. I did not want to live that. I didn't want to go through anything that I've been through in my life. But guess what? I had to. And here I am. As crazy as you can be. But going back home and understanding your powers and understanding who you are and coming back here to the real world and going after your dreams and the best life you can ever live is a right that you have. And you got the powers, you got the tools. If you're not, we can give you more tools and help you unleash your powers. But at the end of the day, no matter what we do, what anybody do for you, if you don't want it, if you don't fight for it, if you don't go after, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So take all these bad habits and things that are preventing you from being the best version of yourself and get rid of them. Starve them. And feed the success. Feed that person that smiles, that believes in a better world, that wants to, just be in a good environment, in a great life for everyone. And if you're in need of a deeper connection with Mother Nature, or learn some awesome history about the Hendersons and Hunt Hill Farm, the birthplace of the New York Pops, come here. Come here. If I'm around, I'll give you a tour, I tell you stories, we spend some time, or just leave you alone. This place is really magical, and so many great things happen. Don't forget that in January, we started the experiential workshops with lots of tools to get you unstuck. New stuff coming. And I'm keep learning, trying to get this guitar stuff done. So I'm going to play a little Bob Marley Redemption song and see if I don't butcher this one this time. In the meantime, have a wonderful day, full of love, happiness, peace, love, beautiful dreams and projects to the best life that you ever dream and deserve. With tons of positive vibrations, always. Thank you. Let's see what happens now. See? Well, let's go. So my children worship ships, minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hands were very strong by the hands of the Almighty. We forward this generation triumphantly. Would you help to sing songs of freedom? They're all I ever had. Redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. No, but yourselves and free your mind. Have no fear of atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Would you help to sing songs of freedom? They're all I ever had. Redemption. songs of freedom. You can't fail unless you give up trying. I'll get it right someday. Have a wonderful day and positive vibrations always.